Hi, all. This is Dr. J coming to you live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is kind of hot, actually. That's the best way to summarize it. We're still in the hazy, hot, humid days of August, the worst of the summer. But they say by the weekend we will get a break in the humidity. So, with that having been said, let's take a look at a very recent chess game that I played. I play chess on chess.com, a fun app. I play for fun. I'm no longer a tournament player. I've given that up 30 years ago. I think I retired with a 1900 and something rating. And I had victories in big tournaments against masters and draws against international masters. However, in speed chess, I'm just a potser like the rest of you guys, like most of you guys. But occasionally I have a good game, so I thought I'd share this one with you. Um, let's see what it looks like. I'm going to share screen. It won't take me long to show this game since it's only 17 moves, but I will try to explain my thinking. Of course, my thinking was quick. I had 5 minutes on the clock as did my opponent. Okay, here goes, share screen. And let's get to minimize this a little bit and go to the chessboard and start from the beginning. Okay, I am playing the white pieces. My opponent is playing the black pieces. King's Gambit is the opening. So the gambit is this. On the second move, white plays f4, offering the pawn for free. Often it is accepted, often it is declined. My opponent accepted it. So it's called King's Gambit accepted. I immediately come out with my bishop, looking to sacrifice on f7. That opening variation is called Bishop Gambit. So it's King Gambit accepted, Bishop Gambit. These are just names that mean very little. Standard moves. He developed the bishop, stopping me from castling. I brought the knight out, stopping the queen check. So these are all very, very standard moves. He could have played check, which would have been annoying to me. Instead of bringing the bishop out, instead of bringing the bishop out, he could have played queen h5 check, which I guess would have moved my king to f1. It's another variation. But he played that, which is standard. All standard stuff, all very standard. Now, why did I take? Let's go back. Why did I play it? Bishop takes f7 at this point? Well, if I make any other move, he's going to castle. He's going to bring the king here and the rook over, and he'll be safe from that gambit. So I'm playing the king's gambit. I want it to be exciting chess. I take the pawn. So now I'm going to be down a pawn and a piece. Pawn and a piece is a lot to overcome, right? Let me grab that pawn. At least now I'm down just a piece. So I equalized a little bit. Some compensation. Oh, now I'm down a pawn and a piece again. Castle. He brings the rook over, so he's going to castle manually, planning king back to g8. But I don't give him time to do that without checking him. So now, if he plays knight takes knight, bishop takes knight wins the queen because I have a discovered check with the rook. So he cannot play knight takes knight, bishop takes knight, the rook check, allowing for bishop takes queen. So he cannot do that. So instead he moves back, which is fine. Now I get my piece back. I'm still down a pawn, however, but I have a very good attacking game. He's doing a little attacking of his own. Okay, no problem. Nice little attack by black. I continue by harassing the queen. Harassing the queen with knight g5. So he must move the queen. That's a good enough square. I look at the board now and I say, I got time. I could think of taking something like bishop takes pawn, but then queen takes rook, queen takes queen, rook takes queen, and I lose the bishop. So that's no good. So not yet. That would be premature. Better to defend the pawn and lock in that bishop. So now even though he's a pawn up, that bishop is out of play. He's not developed. I'm much better developed. He must have heard me because he's trying to develop pieces now. Knight out to c6. Check. Uh-oh. What's black to do now? Good move. Pushes the pawn up 2. Stops the attack. Queen cannot take pawns, since the queen is protecting the pawn. Okay, but normal development for white allows the rooks to be connected, giving black a very important discovered check with bishop back, if black allows it. Well, black does allow it because he pushes on the pawn, but that's no good. Bishop back, hitting the queen. Well, he looks around, he says, what to do? What to do? Queen takes rook, knight takes queen. It's a queen for a rook. Not very appetizing, but then he could play the pawn takes knight and win the knight as well. So he could do that. He could give up his queen for a knight and a rook. But then I would play queen takes pawn check and win this pawn as well and start gobbling. So it's not a very appetizing situation. So what black does instead is get out of the way. Harmless looking move except for queen takes pawn check, mate in 5. Do you see the mate in 5? Well, evidently he did because he resigned on move 17. Can you see the mate in 5? I'll give you 60 seconds and then I'll show it to you. I cannot move the pieces, but I'll indicate what the order, why it's mate in 5. He's in check, so he has to move the king here or intercede a rook or a bishop. So if he moves the king here, rook takes rook, mate. So that would only be mate in 1, right? Mate in 1. So he can go further than that. Intercede the bishop, queen takes bishop, intercede the rook, queen takes rook, king back, queen check, rook takes queen, rook takes rook, mate. But don't forget the king is here. So it's to avoid the mate in 5, he chose simply to resign, which is the honorable thing to do. In a blitz game, this was rather well played by me, I think, and not terribly misplayed by my opponent. So that's what made it a nice game to show. I mean, every time you play chess, somebody has to make an error in order to win. Otherwise, it would end in a draw, right? So my opponent actually made the error before I did, a serious blunder, and Dr. J took good advantage of that. So that's why I wanted to show this game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. The King's Gambit is a terrific opening in blitz chess. It's fun chess. It's always fun to sack a piece for the attack. It's much less fun to be on the defending end in a 5-minute game. This has been Dr. J. It's streaming live from Long Island, New York. See you soon. I'm going to do a market wrap at around 4:30 today. I normally talk about the stock market, but chess is like the stock market, right? It's a gamble, sacking that bishop. Bye all, sayonara, hasta la vista. Look for my chess videos, look for my qigong videos, look for my stock market videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.